What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Vigilante, and listen, see, I'm sitting here with Britt right now. We about to go to this video shoot. Shout out to my guy All Star Galore. Shout out to Diverse Universe Podcast. And what we was chopping it down about was the black community and what we need to do to progress it. So I came to a part in the conversation where we started talking about what would I need in order to feel like that I wanted to stay in America and that America was the place for me. What I've gathered from my 30 years of living in America is that in order for you to thrive here, you need 5 to 7 things. I'm not going to list them in any order, and I'm not probably going to list all 5 or all 7, so just bear with me. The first thing that you need is you need a lot of family. Family is not something that's celebrated here in America. It's something that you can have if you're an individual and you want to be with your family, but if you choose not to be with your family, you will not be ostracized in the community for not wanting to be with your family. So I recommend having as much family as possible because you're going to need them at some point and they're going to need you at some point. The second thing that you need in order for you to be able to make it in America, and the only thing that I would stay for, is if they wiped everybody's credit clean. See, in America, credit is something that is a Eurocentric practice. So we were indoctrinated with it by way of force. When you're born here, they force a birth certificate on you, they force a social security card on you, and they force a credit score on you. And a lot of the time when you come from our community, your parents will dip into your credit score early, not pay off the stuff that they were supposed to pay off, and then you will be stuck with that credit score for the rest of your life until you fix it, and they'll do it unapologetically as well. So even as you grow up as an adult, when you start purchasing things, the burden of proof is on you. In court, you are guilty until proven innocent. You are innocent until proven guilty. With your credit score, you guilty until proven innocent. They will throw something on your credit and it will shrink your credit score. You could be at the dealership in the middle of purchasing something, and they can, if you don't freeze your credit, they can put something on it in that very moment. It's a sad, sad thing. When I think about the credit score and the credit system, I can actually see the idea that they had with Experian, Equifax, all of these places. I see the idea that they had, but the execution was terrible. It's so bad that Trump got on national television and said that we need to audit a credit score that the government built. He's the highest level of government, but we have to audit something that the government built. That's when you know there's a problem. So you have to have a perfect credit score in order for you to be able to live here, and the only way that that can happen is if we revamp the entire credit system, and you have to come over to America with a perfect credit score. The third thing that you need to have in order for you to be able to live here and survive, and the only thing that will make me stay, is if we got our 40 acres and our mule. Meaning that land was actually affordable and, what's the word I would use? Affordable and also easy to find. Here in America, they have a lot of land, but all of the land has signs on it that lets you know that it's owned by somebody else that is going to do something with it soon, or that it has a lot of red tape that's behind the situation for you to be able to get the land, meaning it's impossible. If you are melanated, don't even think about it. That's pretty much what the signs say. And anywhere else in the world, you never hear about these type of stipulations or things that stop you from being able to get the stuff that you want. So you have to have a fair opportunity. There's no fair opportunity to get homes. There's no fair opportunity to get land. The real estate market has crashed. The land buying market has crashed. The media is just doing a great job of keeping that away from everybody. So if you want to come to America and thrive, you have to come with a paid off house, a paid off car, a perfect credit score, a whole bunch of families surrounded around you, and you have to already have some type of passive and active income. So like, let's say that you did YouTube and you made $1,000, $2,000 off of that a month, and then let's say you work part-time at AT&T and you work 3-4 hours a day. If everything is already paid off for you and all you got to do is pay a couple of bills a month, and you got passive and active income, and you have a strong credit score, you're gonna do just fine here. But that right there is 1 to 3% of people that live here in America. The other 90 to 93 to 97% of people live the complete opposite. Their credit score is jacked up. They don't own where they live. They don't drive what they want. They don't have passive income. They don't have active income. No trade lines, no whole life insurance policy. They don't wear the clothes that they want to wear. They don't go where they want to go. So pretty much they have a miserable existence. They're pretty much zombies that are walking around already dead, but technically still alive. So in order for me to stay in America, all of those things have to be changed. I haven't even got to the food yet. The food in America is so bad, and they purposely poison everybody. Everywhere else that you hear about, they have free health care. If you get hurt, you can go to the hospital right now with no insurance, and they will fix you up and you won't be billed. In America, you have to make a decision about whether you want to ride in an ambulance or not, because that's an additional $1,000 just to ride in the ambulance. So it pays just to get hurt. So now you in the ambulance, now you get to the hospital. And if you ever seen the movie Booty Call, you've seen this happen where he didn't have insurance and they almost didn't see him, and he had just been shot. They cared more about the $20, $30, $40 that they was gonna get in insurance money than they did about this man living or dying. Luckily, he had good friends, and they were able to finagle their way into getting him some type of treatment. So, healthcare, dental care, that whole thing is shot in America. It's done. We need to revamp that whole thing, and then maybe I'll think about staying. And while we're talking about insurance, let's talk about the most unaffordable insurance, which is car insurance. Car insurance is one of the biggest scams in the world. Healthcare, if you get dental and health, is anywhere between $30 and $40 a month on the low end, and $100 to $200 a month on the high end. But when you got like real VIP, it's like $500, $600, depending on the coverage that you got. So in America, car insurance is mandatory for you to be able to drive any type of car except a moped. So in order for you to even start a conversation about car insurance, we talking, if you're between the age of 20 and 30, anywhere from $210 for just liability, and then up to $400, $450 for full coverage. And if you don't have to use any of that coverage, they still take 100% of the money and still put you in a position to where if you don't pay the following month, they will report a lapse to the driving service that will send you a letter saying that if you don't get back on insurance, that your registration will be canceled. And then you have to pay a lapse fee, registration fee, and an insurance fee. If you're older, I would say 35 and up, then it goes down about 100. So now you're paying anywhere between 90 to 110 for liability, to anywhere between 200 and 250 for full coverage. Once you become geriatric, then you're in the $40 to $50 liability range, but you're barely driving. And you're in the 100 to 200 range for full coverage. And this is mandatory. This is not something that's optional to pay. If you don't pay this, you are considered street illegal, and you can go to jail. They will take you to court. That ticket is $1,100. They can put you on probation if you can't pay it, which is an additional $50 a month to be on probation while paying back $1,100. So pretty much it's a bully tactic. In every other country, insurance is not mandatory. It's something that you have in case you want to cover the car that you paid for. Also, you have to wear your seatbelt everywhere that you go. I paid $50,000 for this car, and they get to tell me how I get to drive my car. I wonder if y'all have picked up on the bully tactics that are here in America just yet. So this is something that we've become accustomed to. This is why we're the only current colonized state. If a police officer pulls you over anywhere else in the world, you can have a conversation with them. Hey, why'd you pull me over? I wasn't even going fast. Ah, man, you tripping. And you can just drive off. If you're in America and a police officer pulls you over, they can have you on the side of the road anywhere 3 to 4 hours, pulling everything about you, about your record, about this, about that, talking about some straight bullshit, and decide whether they want to write you a ticket depending on if they're having a good day or a bad day. It's another bully tactic. So when we talk about me staying in America, we have to factor in these things. I'm gonna spare you guys about the dating market. Every single podcast in the world already has a section about that for people that visit America and for people that live in America, and they all agree to the same thing. You come to the conclusion that you come to when you watch those podcasts. The one thing that I do love about being American or having an American citizenship is the hustler spirit that we have. We can go anywhere in the world and we can make money doing anything. Anything. And I noticed that when a lot of the Africans, no offense to the y'all, love y'all, started reaching out to me, you guys ask for money a lot. And one thing that we don't do in America is ask each other for money. We just figure out a way for us to go and make money ourselves. So that's one thing that I really want to bring the diaspora together and move to the continent, is for us to be independent of everybody else and to make money ourselves. So not to be too long-winded, that right there are a few of the things that I would need for me to be able to stay in America. Those things are never going to happen. Dang, I didn't even get into politics and how corrupt our politicians are, but that's for another video. And actually subscribe, and I'm gonna give you guys a story on how Progressive Insurance tried to bully me out of insurance one time. We're gonna have a conversation about that too. So yeah, that's my reasons on what I would need to come back to America and why I'm leaving as well. So it's your boy Vigilante, and we out.